Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. To that one who is the creator of all things, and to him who is the originator of the heavens and the earth. We're talking about the one God. The three great monotheistic religions all believe that there is but what? One God. Even though there are many languages, you can get twisted sometimes in people's languages. But there is but one. Everything in this universe emanated from that one God. And we thank him for all the wonderful prophets, wise men and women that he sent in a mighty line of divine. Let us today thank Almighty God, Allah, for giving to us Abraham. Wonderful friend of God Abraham was, because Abraham had to go to an ignorant people who was worshiping, similar to us today, statues, stones. Isn't it something how an enemy can chisel out a stone and put it in a church and you think that's holy? Come on, man. Yeah. You go to some churches, Catholic, they kissing it. Calling it saint this. Oh, this is saint. No, that ain't no saint. And we have more respect standing around a statue than around human beings. So we thank Abraham for showing the people that statues and stones have no power. See? The kingdom of God that we are looking for, Jesus said, it is within you. But we're dealing with a Satan that do not allow us to even believe God is nowhere near me. So we thank Allah for Abraham. We thank him for Moses. We need a Moses today in a world like this. That's right. That's right. Moses was not an integrator. Moses believed what God told him to believe and do. God did not send Moses to Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh, I need you to pass an integration law. You know, we sick, the black, the brown, the red man, and the yellow. Everybody want to be integrated with these crackers. Almost worshiping them as a god beside God. Don't tell me we don't do it in the Islamic world. I watch us go for these light-skinned Arabs and worship them like they are gods besides God. We got to stop all of this. Really do. Moses said, let my people go. We need a man like Moses today. We thank God for Jesus. Jesus had to tell Caesar, there's another kingdom coming. This ain't the one. Can you imagine a man coming to the president telling him that America is going to fall? This is not God's kingdom. Then Jesus said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. But you better be doing more with rendering unto God what he requires of you, not what America requires of you. For if we submitted our will to do God's will, we would be the perfect citizen inside of America. We thank God for Muhammad. For if Muhammad was here today, Muhammad, peace be upon him, raised his sword to the ocean and said that he would not allow the ocean to stop him from going to rescue the oppressed. Here we are, the black, the brown, and the red man in America. You oppressed. I know you don't think you are, but you are. We are an oppressed people. Muhammad, the religion that brings out the militant propensity in people of color. Huh? The Holy Quran is a book that is describing to you your nature. Unlike the Bible, which is a book of stories and prophecies, the Holy Quran tells you how to act. The Holy Quran tells you what to say when somebody else says something. That's right. We thank Allah for these great and worthy servants of his. We live in a world that fears Muhammad and the religion Islam. Satan, night and day, attacks Islam because they know if the black, if the brown, the red, and the yellow, if you read this book, they know what it would do for you. But because they make you think Islam is a terrorist religion, you don't want nothing to do with it, when in fact Christianity is the terrorist religion. No, it's not. Shut up. Look at what happened to you in the name of Christianity. You weren't even allowed to come into church with white folks. They put Jesus in their color, knowing he had the hair like lamb's wool. Huh? They raped our mothers, our fathers. They castrated us. They decimated particularly the males. And they still doing it today. Huh? America is the bloodshedder of the world. Yes, sir. But can I bring you some good news now? The good news is that we are not a forsaken people. Would you agree that this world is ruled by Satan? Yes, sir. Satan has weaponized everything. Come on now. He's weaponized the television. Look at all the movies. They're not lifestyle movies, they're death style. He's made pimping fair seeming to you. Huh? Look at the food that they're advertising. Huh? Taking food science from the female. It is your hands knowing food science that you should be preparing for your children, but you gave them to McDonald's. And McDonald's now is admitting that the fries ain't even fries. They're not even potatoes. Bill Gates is making meat on a petri dish, synthetic meat. You think you eating a burger? You biting death. Listen to the music. The beat is got life in it, but the lyrics have death. So the beat opens you up so that the subtle lies and debauchery can be dropped into you. Huh? Kill your brother. Pimp your sister. We are the only people that degrade women in our music. We're the only ethnic group that do it. Some of you are fighting with me on that one right now. Satan has taken over our mind, and he's growing devils inside of us. So today I hope to put you at war with the devil in you. And in me. Yeah. I want to defeat my devil to a point where I never blame nobody else for my mistakes. I take responsibility for everything. Yes, this may have happened or that may have happened to me, but I take responsibility for my actions. A man came. A man came from the east. His name was Master Fard Muhammad. Get to know him. Study him. Study what we teach you. Go research it before you not believe in it. I'm not asking you to change your faith. I'm not here to convert you. I'm here to connect with you. See? But study, man. Go learn for yourself. A man came. It was prophesied that one was going to come from the east. Jesus told his disciples that the Son of Man was coming, and he gave them a description of the people that he was coming from and where they would be. He was in the east, but he said lightning is going to shine from the east to the west. But 2,000 years ago, America was a wilderness. But he knew the future. He knew prophecy. Then he said, wherever the eagle is, what is the symbol of America? There the carcass shall be. You don't know theology, and you take every word in the Bible as a realistic meaning when most of the words are metaphors. But you don't know how to pull the metaphoric understanding. So he said, wherever the eagle is, there the carcass shall be. The carcass is a people who used to have life because they had their own names, their own religion, their own God, their own culture. But now they have lost their name, lost their culture, lost their religion. They're in a grave, they're in a carcass-like state, doing nothing. South Central is a grave. Yes, it is. A lot of death take place. Huh? The Bronx is a grave. It's a big-ass cemetery. Excuse me for saying that. No, shouldn't have. No. My heart is heavy today. A lot is happening this week. So anyway, south side of Chicago is a grave. East New Jersey, West New Jersey, all graves. So a man came and he raised one from among us. A Georgia-born black man. He raised him. Elijah Muhammad only had a 4th grade education. But after Master Fard Muhammad taught him, no scholars could touch him. And the Jews who was watching the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they said, how is this man lettered? How is this man who's not learned lettered? We didn't teach him. Then Elijah Muhammad turned to the junk pile made by white folks called niggas. He started teaching us who we are. He started giving us our history. Your name is not Johnson. Your name is not Wilson. God has not forsaken you. He started repairing us and redeeming us and giving us back what the white man took. And you saw niggas jumping off the pile standing straight like soldiers. You saw women who was acting other than themselves, covering themselves down, and men start bowing. No, the most respected black woman in America is in the Nation of Islam. Period. She's the most protected woman. You don't hear about sisters in the nation getting raped. You don't hear that. Oh, it's definitely consequence. Hmm? When she walks, she's security. Because the way God told her to dress brings out the God even in the savage niggas on the corner. That's real talk. Because your dress is a language, sister. When you put on tight clothes, you trying to get the attention of some dude, but you got to walk through other dudes. Am I lying, brother? No, sir. Clothing suggests what I'm going to call you. Yes, sir. That's right. You teach me. Come on now. Go ahead. I see you walking around like you're on a pole. I'm going to call you what you is. Think about that. I'm going to just start the money machine right over your head. No, I'm being funny, but clothing is a language. When you see men, suit and bow tie, you already know what that means. See, men standing perpendicular on our square. We're on our cross. The bow tie is our cross. Because Jesus said, must I bear my cross alone? No. You got a whole army of men, and when you see us, what do you call us? The brothers. Where did this start? The way we're taught by the white man, we're supposed to be killing each other. But once you come in the nation, all of that stops. But another war takes place. See? Now you got to be retrained. Women have to be retrained to take instruction from your own people. Now you got to fight demons you know is in you. I got to fight my tongue that was used to lying standing on the corner. I got to fight my stomach that ate all day every day. I got to force it now to take one meal a day. I got to tell my Lord desires, not today. Oh, it's going to argue back now. When I see fine women, I got to lower my gaze. And don't put on some shades to try to hide what you're doing. The FOI with shades. Oh, man. I'm so glad I found, I didn't find Islam. It found me. This man, get to know him. Out of all the black, brown, or even red leaders, the white man would allow our Native American or indigenous family to study Geronimo and those Indians who put it on them. They let them study him. They let our Mexican-American family study their revolutionaries who put it on them. But when it comes to black people, they allow you to only study those black leaders that they murdered like a trophy. What is it about Elijah Muhammad? They don't even want you to look at a picture of him. Do you know just a picture of that man does something to you? Because when you look at him, depending on your angle, he looks like every ethnic group. He looks Native American. He looks Mexican. He's got high cheekbones like Asians, which you are an Asiatic people. Huh? He's got affairs on his head. The universe showing you got power over the sun, moon, and star. It don't have power over you. You're your own universe. The question is, when I check you, what is your atmosphere? Are you cloudy? Are you cold like ice? You're your own universe. Are you sunny? That when I come in your atmosphere, I'm going to feel your warmth. But some of us have been beat down so bad, we cold, and we mean to be. So when you come in my atmosphere, I gotta give you cold first, because too many people done messed over me. So it's cold first. That's just a sign of insecurity. But when you know God, and second to that, when you know you, and that's what a lot of us are running from. You don't know you. And the you that you do know you don't like. So you dress up the lie to feel better about yourself. You make yourself up. No. Once you get to know God and know yourself, you never cold. In fact, people can't help but be attracted to you. You can stand on the corner and not even say nothing. You're going to be just so warm. People are going to just come up and just ask you who you is. Brother, you who you is? Oh, I'm Brother Muhammad. I knew it was something, man. I knew it was something. You different. Sister, who you is? I know I'm supposed to say who you are. Come on, but our people don't say it. Go ahead, sir. You're such a beautiful, not you just in your garment, but your garment is on you, and you are reflecting the Spirit of God, so women should be attracted to you. I thank Allah. That man, Elijah Muhammad, was so wise, he gave birth to a man that the wicked in this world fear today. So we in the nation can say, for unto us a child was born. For unto us a son was given. And when I say nation, I'm not just talking about those who are members in the nation of Islam. You in the nation whether you want to be or not. Every black, brown, red, and yellow man is a member, according to God, of the nation of Islam, whether you want to be or not. That's why I ain't here to convert you. You my brother, I can convert you to being my brother. Come on now. You my brother. I don't care how crazy you are out there in them streets. You my brother. And that man that he gave birth to is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That man changed our lives from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad hit every one of us at the equator of our mind, and made us spin like every planet circles around the sun. When truth comes to you, it puts you in the orbit of that sun. Man, I'm happy to say Louis Farrakhan is my Lord. Lord, shut up. You can call a white pale-faced Jesus your Lord. You don't even know what the word Lord means. But you go over to Great Britain and all them crackers is Sir Lord this and Lord that, and you go kissing their hand. No, Lord is one who has been given authority over an area of people. If you submit to the police, he has become a Lord over you. You in a game? Who beat you in? That's your Lord. The big homies is your Lord, or you get DP. So what's wrong with Farrakhan being my big homie? In their names, I greet all of you. In the greeting words of peace, peace. Assalamu alaikum. How y'all feeling? I'm feeling better. Certainly, I want to thank Allah. One thing about this rostrum, it don't belong to me or any minister in the Nation of Islam other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he would say it belongs to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he would say it belongs to Master Fard Muhammad. That Allah have a way of just picking up your spirit, because once you come in his name, he try to get you out the way. And I pray that he used me today to teach this heavy subject that we have embarked on. But I want to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, for now we're in a new year, the year 2024. We don't say Happy New Year, because we don't know if the new year going to be happy. Started off with a tragedy for us. Satan's world is no joke. You look around the world and you see wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. We're at a time, at the end time, the Bible says, you will see a time where men and women would be lovers of themselves. Did you get any likes today? Are you out there doing the selfie thing? Yeah, ain't that something? You ain't asking nobody to take pictures of you no more. You're doing it your damn self. And then you post it, and then don't nobody like it. You get upset. And them people don't even know you. How can they like you? I don't even think it's, but see, that's Satan. Why did he put likes? Why did he just put, who saw this? Likes. I don't know if most people would like me if they lived with me. You too. All of us in here got a crazy side. If you live in America, you kind of got a little retardation in you. Because your education was not education, it was indoctrination. You didn't ask to be learned, they forced it on you, and you just mimicked it. You just repeated everything the teacher said, and they passed you. That don't mean you know it. You just remembered what she said. Y'all all right? Most of us, all of our beliefs, some of you who say, I don't follow nobody. I'm my own person. That's a lie.
That's right. Say it again, sir. Big lie.
You follow somebody. Your hair. You saw somebody else. You didn't originate it, so you follow it. Right? Anyway, I want to thank the minister for letting me be of help to him. What I love about the Nation of Islam is that each member of the Nation of Islam have to take ourselves through a self-improvement. Constantly. Self-improving, right? Then we have restrictive laws. Got quiet. That if I line my mind up and my activity up and my ways up with these restrictive laws, no harm comes to me. We have rules of conduct. Beautiful. See? So now, when I fall in love with the law and I live the law, no one has to force it on me. Then the nation makes me to greet my brother and call my brother brother, not nigger, not my dog. It makes me look at the black woman, the brown woman, the red woman, not as an object of desire. I had to grow to recognize that she's the second step of God. I said grow to recognize that. You can join the nation today, it don't mean you're a Muslim tomorrow. You have to grow to become that. Long time. Long time. Can any Muslim in the nation say to me right now that you can put this book Quran over your head and you live it perfectly? Anybody? Good, then I'm in the right place. I'm in a house of sinners. Because our people hate that. We walking around self-righteous. Now, we shouldn't spread our sins. Well, you said we were all sinners. What is your sins? Why you want to know? Blessed is he or she who guards hide their sins. See? So I thank Allah for this great teachings and our great teacher. I want to thank every student minister who opened up today. Brother Landon, Sister Anissa. Let's give them a round of applause. To those of you who this is your first time at a Nation of Islam meeting, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart for taking time. I know you're the type of people who have no patience. Because Satan has taken that away from you. With technology, he makes everything fast. Sometimes things that are fast ain't good. See, I don't want fast food. No, cook mine nice and slow. But our patience has been shortened. See, through technology. But I hope today you would indulge me. And I hope that you could sit still for an hour or so as we teach you, not preach. You don't need to be preached to. It didn't work. This is why we don't call the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's words a preaching. We call it what? A teaching. For we are a people who are destroyed, Hosea say, for what? The lack of knowledge. And two of the most powerful requisite knowledge is the knowledge of God, and second to that, the knowledge of self. Those two things we don't have. I do know myself. Okay, brother. What's your name? I'm Johnny Appletree. Is that your name? Or was that a name forced on you? I'm Rodriguez. Oh, really? Is that your name? I asked my Mexican family and my native family, you was conquered by the Spaniards. What was your name before they conquered you? What was them name? That's who I want to know. See? So if we don't know God, and if we don't know who we are, you are dead on a spiritual level. If you don't know your name, your language, your culture, now, even if you knew your culture and you was not practicing it, it's still good to know it. So if you don't know your name, your language, and your culture, that's called mental death. And this is why the founding fathers said that we were 3/5 of a human being, because he knew the two things he took. And if you get those two things back, you would become whole again. This is why they don't want you coming to hear no teachings of who you are. Because once you get that, he can't trap you. He can't trap you with his music. He can't trap you with his food. See? So I thank Allah for this teaching. And as cruddy as it may seem, the nation of Islam, we're under constant attack. Do you know that there are powers in this country, starting with the CIA and the FBI, they wanted to crush all black organizations under COINTELPRO, right? And they did. They crushed them all, and the only one that came back was the Nation of Islam. So, my subject matter, I'm dealing with a series. This is part 6. This is a heavy subject. For the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to us from the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that when our people of color really get to know who Jesus was, it's a wrap. We will come up overnight. The Bible, which was mutilated by the West. The leader of the Seventh-day Adventists said this about the Bible, said it was so mutilated that it's going to need constant reinterpretation. Because once it got into the hands of white Europe and they read it and saw their damnation, they start changing stuff. So in one Bible, you have 66 books, but there were 7 that was taken out that you don't read. So it's a lot. But that man, Master Fard Muhammad, we believe to be God in person. What? Can I just fix that real quick, real simple? For those of you who believe God is a nothingness, if he is, according to the Bible, then how could he create us in his image if he didn't have one? And in the Holy Quran, God said man is the glory of God. It is his best creation. Well, where would he dwell? He said, and when I created Adam, I breathed into Adam of my inspiration. And then I told the angels, bow down. Wait a minute, you only bow to God. You, and you, all of us, if we submit 100% to do the will of God, you would be God walking. You would be God talking. You won't be the Almighty God, but you'll be under his rule. So when you talk, he's talking. When you walk, he's walking. He's so in you. This world can't bother you. See? So he created you in his image and in his likeness. He's telling you your potential. You have the potential to be God. And that's why David in the book of Psalms said, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. But our captors don't want us to know that. Because if you know that, you won't be his slave. Okay, so we're done with that, all right? All right. You can read in the Bible where Moses in a burning bush saw the back of God, saw his hind legs. And Moses said, God wouldn't show him his face. Wait a minute, but you say he ain't. Oh, man. This is what I love about the teachings in the nation. It makes you think rationally. It gets you out of that spooky stuff. See? They give us spookism. Oh, wait till you die. You're going to get yours in heaven, but catch hell on earth. To get you to tolerate hell. No, I want my heaven on earth. So, this subject is not the trial of Jesus. It is the trial of the modern day Jesus. Please listen. Could it be that Jesus is in the world and we have not recognized him? I'm just a question. Because do you know most of the prophets in the Bible and the Quran, the people didn't know who they were until they were gone. How would you know them? Simple. A tree is known by the fruit it bears. And a man and a woman is known by their works. I'm a Muslim. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, I'm going to see. I'm just going to watch you. Oh, Muslim come to the strip club, bro? You know, our people know our religion better than we do. What you eat? Thought you was a Muslim, homie. So if a tree is known by the fruit it bears, a man is known by his work. There's a man, a third man, doing a work in America like Jesus. So I want to acquaint you with that today. I hope you brought notes. If you got a phone, I like to do PowerPoint so you can see what I'm saying. And I want you to participate with me, and we're going to read, but we're going to break down words. Just like we have a language, we done took the English language and made it mean what the streets wanted to mean. You think they haven't done the same thing? So this is week 6 of this series. And we're just going to go over some of what we went over last week. Jesus is the most important figure. The whole world is waiting on the return of Christ. See? The Bible As I say to my pastor and Christian friends, scholars, we in the Nation of Islam, we believe that 75% of what you read in the Bible is prophecy. Do you know the scholars right now are wrangling with a lot of things, the stories about Jesus? They're trying to find when did it happen? Y'all all right? If a man will not treat you right, what make you think he's going to turn around and teach you right? So today we're going to do some recap. Jesus, as I said to the pastors, why do you all teach like Jesus died a natural death? He was murdered. I love Jesus. How about you? I love him deeply. And I say to the pastors, I would want to know who murdered my Lord. What was the circumstances that got Jesus murdered? Because Jesus was no punk, man. Jesus was a warrior. They teach you that weak side of Jesus. Jesus was a revolutionary, brother. And there was a group of people he caught hell from because he constantly was pointing out their hypocrisy. And they didn't like it because they couldn't take criticism like some of you. No, if you really want to know what you made of, let people start criticizing you. No, I'm honest. I had to go through that. I just think all criticism was attack, and I had to stop being stupid. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, brother, no, listen to your critics. Some of them are better than your friends. Your friends is just going to tell you what they like about you. Why don't you ask your friends, say, tell me what you don't like about me. They'll get real quiet. You really want me to tell you what I like? So today, we kind of want to run through those things because Jesus was brought up on false charges. Right? You read the Bible and you read about these Pharisees. The average person on the street, if you go to any corner and say, brother, what's a Pharisee? You can go to any church when church is over. Just walk around the church and say, what's a Pharisee? What's a Sadducee? What's a Sanhedrin? Who was the chief priest? What's a scribe? They say a scribe. Well, a scribe is where you go get a prescription. They scribe you like medicine. But this is important. Because if you don't know that, you don't know the story. And when I came up with this series, this lecture title, it troubled some of my pastor friends. Not in a bad way. They just called me and said, man, when I saw your title, I was so messed up, it took me 2 hours to call you. He said, because as a pastor, I said to myself, could it be Jesus is here and I, as a pastor, haven't noticed? Because Jesus' whole argument was to the clergy. They didn't know him. They didn't recognize him. And many was jealous of him. They didn't like it because he had an appeal to the people. He was with the poor. He didn't hang out with the rich. I'm sorry. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't be hanging out with Beyonce and them. No, not that he wouldn't condemn it, but that ain't where he hang. He would be on Figueroa. Come here, sister. What you doing? Do you know who you are? I'm a whore. Who told you that? If Jesus was here, he'd have the bloods in the crypt saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Since when did brothers start killing? When did y'all start doing this? Huh? You wouldn't be hanging out with them people up there, man. They hang out with Satan. Cat Wiggum trying to tell y'all in a crazy way. No, I know. We helped Cat once. And let me tell you. Anyway. But this is L.A. We starstruck out here. Even in the mosque, some of us are starstruck. So, no. Minister said to me, the mosque should create a new culture. Yes, sir. See, we should create new songs, new movies, not go get with them. Go learn, come back, and duplicate God. But some of us think we can go out there and come back and we get trapped out there. I mean, get the best of us. I went up in Hollywood, got trapped. What? Be honest. Y'all all right? Let me get to my subject before y'all leave. Now, the Jesus got in big trouble when he resurrected Lazarus. But that wasn't Lazarus' first time being redeemed. Lazarus was redeemed by Abraham, remember? When he was laying at the gate of the rich man, what? Begging. That's the civil rights movement. But the rich man died. We broke all of that down. Dogs licking on a sore, we broke all that down, right? Now note, when you hear me teach, from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, take every scripture, brother, pull it up out of the Bible, superimpose it over the hood, and see if it fits. See if what we read in the Bible happened to us too. See, you may say, well, it wasn't us. Well, did the same thing happen to us? So when the pastor saw my title, he said, I know who you're alluding to, who Jesus is. I said, yeah, you know. It's Minister Farrakhan. He said, well, I said, but look at him. He said, I don't believe that, but I don't want to be so closed-minded to where I don't hear your argument. Because Jesus said, if you be my followers, you're going to get my enemies. No, that's real. You join the Hoover Crips, guess who you're going to have their enemy? You become a blood, you're going to have that enemy. Right? So if you're saying you with Jesus and you're telling me you're a preacher, I want to see your enemies. I want to see, do you sweetheart with the enemies of Jesus? Or do you check them like Jesus checked them? No. I love everybody. Who? Jesus didn't teach that? Where y'all get that from? Jesus didn't say love Satan. In fact, he got so cold-blooded, he said, you're going to have to hate your mama and your father. Jesus wasn't no integrator. He said, two would be grinding in the field. I'm going to take one and leave the other one. Jesus said when he come back, he ain't going to come back being nice. He's coming with a sword, dripping with blood. And the blood would run up to the horse's bridle. He's not coming back playing. He's got to come back pointing out hypocrisy. And this is why Louis Farrakhan is hated by certain Jews. Because he's pointing them out. Number one, they're not the real Jews. Get that off the table right now. We are the real Jews. It's theological argument. We want to sit with the rabbis. Y'all lying. You stole our birthright. And you are a well-dressed up lie. And we the naked truth. This is what we battling against. And their job is to keep you so distracted you don't want to know God. You so distracted you like this all day. Look at Cat. Look what Cat said. Look at what Jay-Z doing. Look what Beyonce doing. Dude, your rent is due. Your sister, hurry up and hit that. Right. So I've been building this subject matter. Because the whole premise that will let you know who Jesus is would be who's going to come to redeem those who've been oppressed. The Jews admit that they were never in bondage. Jesus got into an argument. We're going to go into that, and then we're going to move right through, okay? Thank you. Now remember, this is the book of what? Genesis. The first 5 books of the Bible is considered to be the books of Moses, which was interpreted to him from God. This is God telling Moses prophecy. So the first book of Genesis was given to Moses, and he gave him this story. He said, know of a surety, Abraham, that your seed is going to be in a stranger that is not theirs. Here's the question. 400 years ago, was America a strange land to us? Absolutely. Yes, sir. Come on, talk black to me. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me make sure. Do you know? Did we come over here on cruise ships? No, sir. Were we on the carnival? No, sir. How did you come? And you weren't even on the top. You was in the bottom of the boat, the worst part of the boat, chained, shackled. And many of the Dutch raped you. This is how they took the fight out, the big, strong warrior Africans, by raping the brothers in front of other men and women. Took your fight, because that's the worst thing you could do to a warrior. They've been doing it to us for so long, we think we that. Y'all all right? I put these pictures around because we can show our Holocaust. Being sold on a plantation, hanged from bridges, women in Birmingham, Alabama, being whipped and implanted with words, because once a man beats you and talks to you at the same time, those are called implants. This is how you hypnotize people, through pain and talking. Look at this brother. This is just a few years ago. Bang! They laughing. And they shall afflict them. Did we get afflicted? See, I have to pull the scripture out and show the homies so you can see. So we say this happened to us, but the Jews can't show us where it happened to them. You say, we're in Egypt. Well, go to Egypt. They got some of the oldest known history of man. They have no historical recording of some Jews being in bondage. Go over there with that crap. Be like, man, where you from, America? Where y'all getting this stuff from? It was prophecy to be fulfilled. You reading about yourself. But look, God said, and that nation whom you want to serve, I'm going to judge them. And thou shalt go to your father in what? You're going back to him in Islam. Islam means peace. He's trying to make you think Islam means terrorists. Yeah, we will terrorize you if you break our peace. Look at Palestine. Them little Palestinians, they got no army. They throwing rocks at the enemy. They rather die than to submit. Why we ain't like that? So, this is, to me, is powerful because the man that's coming has got to come after people that went through this. But Satan did this. So he's going to have to pay a price to redeem this people who don't know who they are. Lost their name, lost their language. They're over here killing each other. He's trying to tell them, brother, don't do that. Y'all with me? Yes, sir. Then in Deuteronomy, one of the books of Moses, the 5th book, look at what he said. This is God talking to Moses. Said, Moses, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brothers, like unto you. Well, he's going to raise up a people like unto Moses, going to raise them up a prophet, then there has to be a people who's in bondage. That's right. Here we are. The black, the brown, and the red, and the yellow man is in bondage. Ruled by the West. Right? And I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. See, when Elijah Muhammad was taught this, we had never heard that teaching before. In fact, even the black nationalists, the Black Panthers, all of them attribute their blackness through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, let's get into this real quick. I say to my pastors, one of my pastor's friends was like you. He thought some Jews was in bondage in Egypt. I said, go read John 8, 32 all the way to 44. Okay. Jesus now is among the Jewish scholars. He's right now arguing with the chief priests, the Pharisees, and lawyers. Pharisees and lawyers is a similar thing. They write law. Look at this argument. Jesus said these words, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall what? Make you free. Look at what they said back to him now. This is 2,000 years ago. So the Jews would have known if they was ever in bondage. But look at what they said. We be Abraham's seeds and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, you shall be made free? Jesus answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Look at Jesus. He said, I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me because my word have no place in you. Now, Jesus is supposed to be a Jew like the Jew, but they said, wait a minute, man. You seek to kill me. Look at what Jesus said. He said, I speak that which I have seen with my Father, and you do that which you have seen with your father. Now, here's Jesus letting you know it's two different fathers. Yes, sir. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I heard of God. This did not Abraham? look at how they hit Jesus back, because see, he's hitting them with truth, and they knew something about the circumstances of his birth, so they hit him back with this. You do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even God. Now Jesus is getting ready to go off. Jesus said unto them, because now he's realizing, see, Jesus knows prophecy too. If God were your father, you would love me. Let me stop. Truth is the greatest force, one of the greatest forces in this universe. I say to the rabbis, if I'm telling the truth, you should embrace it. Minister Farrakhan had gone to them and said, if I'm teaching you the truth, why don't you embrace it? But if it condemns you, see, I had to grow to that kind of understanding myself. Sometimes people would come and tell me something about myself that's right, and I fight it instead of submit. Now, some of what people think about me is crazy. I ain't going to submit to anything because your perception could be off. But if I see it, you know what? You're right. This is the whole argument that the Nation of Islam is wrangling with right now with the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the ADL, and all these people. Jesus said unto them, if God were your father, you would love me. I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because you cannot hear my words. Now he really get ready to get them. Verse 44, Jesus said, hey, you are of your father, what? A couple of my pastor friends said that they had never read that. They don't remember it. See, brothers, sisters, look. You can read stuff and not even know what you read. It happens all the time. Because you just be pronouncing words as you read. You ain't reading. You ain't taking on your subject. You're skimming through. Now, you say the Nation of Islam, y'all call people the devil, so did Jesus. Well, he talking to some scholars now. He said, you are of your father the devil. He didn't stop. He said, and the lust of your father you will do. Now Jesus hit him with their history. Your father, he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it. Now, look at the Caucasian. Everywhere he's gone, he's lied. Everywhere he's gone, he's murdered. He don't own nothing. Everything he got, he stole it. They don't even own rock and roll. They stole it from Little Richard. No, they did. They don't own no rock and roll. I'm doubting even if they own classical. Y'all all right? Now, here is Jesus hitting the Jews with this. Who is he hitting? The scholars, not the little ones, but he's hitting the big scholars. Now, look at what happened. Now, Jesus is exposing them. There's a saying that if you want to know who rule you, find out who you can't criticize. Criticism is not anti-Semitism. When Kanye West criticized them, they jumped all on him and made him apologize. Damn, Kanye, you told the truth. I don't know but one man they can't get to apologize for the truth. But after they saw that they couldn't stop Jesus, then they started running around lying. Look at this in the book of Luke. Now, this is the New International Version, but I'm going to show you the King James Version of this same verse. Look at what they start doing. And they began to accuse him, Jesus, saying, we found this man subverting our nation. Okay, let me stop. You don't know what subvert is. I know some of you smart ones, you know. I ain't talking to you. Let's go clear that word and then let's come back and read that again. Subvert. If you subvert something, you overturn or overthrow from the foundation. You're trying to ruin it. That's what they call January the 6th, insurrection. They charge him, Trump, with that, to pervert or corrupt by undermining of morals, allegiance, or faith. He's going around perverting. See? Minister Farrakhan going all around the country speaking to black people and indigenous people all over this planet. And that's the same argument that they were saying about him. He opposes payment of taxes to Caesar and claims to be the Messiah. Well, some charges is going to come against the Nation of Islam. I wonder, are they going to come at us for taxes? So Pilate asked Jesus, are you the king of the Jews? And Jesus said, you have said so, Jesus replied. Then Pilate announced to the chief priests, you don't know who they are, and the crowd, he said, I find no basis for a charge against this man. Look at what they said. But they instead said, he stirs up people all over Judea by his teaching. He started in Galilee and has come all the way here. Meaning he's crisscrossing the country, waking his people up. Judea, Galilee, if you go back in those times, those were the area where the poor lived. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go into the book of Luke. Look at how Luke says it in the King James Version. And the whole multitude of them arose and led unto him Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, we found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ a king. And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou sayest. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. Now listen at this one. When they said, because you know they said, which of this man's sins do you condemn him for? Minister Farrakhan, man, I'm telling you, he says even to his critics, show me where I've lied. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right today, you have never seen an article that says, we caught Farrakhan in a lie. No. They think we're like them, that when we get truth, we're going to do something to them. No, we're just going to organize among ourselves and get the hell away from you. Y'all all right? And they were the more fierce, saying, see, they're not finished, they're upset because they can't take Jesus' criticism. He stirred up the people, teaching throughout all of Jewry. Okay, stop. You don't even know what Jewry is, and you don't know what perverting is. Let's kind of clear those up and go back and read that. When you pervert something, number one, to lead astray morally. Minister Farrakhan ain't done that, nor did Jesus. To turn away from the right course. This is the one they don't like. To convert or persuade to a religion belief regarded as false or wrong. Many say that we ain't got Islam. Even though in the East, you all don't have real Islam, like you got real Islam. Stop it. Because Prophet Muhammad said to you that 3 generations after me will no longer be of me. And a reformer is going to have to come to clean it all up. See, everybody want to make, not everybody, but people want to make slaves out of people in religion. Give me the religion, I don't want your culture. Just give me the word of God, but don't tell me to put no stick in my mouth and no dress on. Okay, jury. Number 1, we believe we are the real Jews. But I looked up this word and I was blown away at one of the meanings. Jury, one of the definitions, is the Jewish people collectively. When Minister Farrakhan goes out and teach, who is he teaching? Black people collectively. He did a Stop the Killing tour, right? We did the great million-man march, but every time Minister Farrakhan come to L.A., 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 in that city, 20,000 in this city, 18,000, none but black people. He don't normally go here, nobody. So they say he's stirring them up. A district inhabited mainly by Jews, the ghetto. He's stirring up the ghetto. What is it about what that the powers that be fear? What is it about Compton? What is it about the black gangs that they fear? Boy, if you ever wake up, if this Jesus could ever get you to come together, oh my God, we take LA overnight. And when I mean take LA, we got over $1 trillion we spend. Where's our record label? Where's our distribution? Where's our movie houses? Why we got to go to Warner Brothers? Why we got to go to all of these? Why we can't do our own movies in the hood? Right? We could tell our own stories and then cast the homies. Y'all all right? And we'll make sure we'll never put a dress on you, brother. Pervert. They began accusing him. We found this man perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ a king. And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou sayest it. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, hey, I find no fault in this man. Hell, if CNN couldn't find it, if Fox couldn't find it, I can't find it. But after he said that, they were the more fierce, saying he stirs up the people, teaching throughout all of the projects. Teaching in the Bronx, teaching in Harlem, teaching in Atlanta, teaching in the south side of Jersey, teaching in South Philly, teaching in south side of Chicago, teaching in South Central. He's stirring up the people. He got the Bloods and Crips uniting. What are they going to do with the guns? When they find out we done messed over them, we rob them daily. See, Minister Farrakhan said to the Jews, and the white people in general, you know what their biggest fear is? They think that one day we're going to do to them what they did to us. No, that's not enough. Once we find out who our real daddy is, we're ready to go home. We're tired of foster care. You're under these wicked foster parents. No, click your heel 3 times and call on Allah. No, I like that. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Now, see, look, if we don't build a story and show you the parallel of the two, you'll never see who the real person is. Now, pick out some of your top black Latino preachers who say they love Jesus. Ask them, do they have any problem with the Jewish rabbis? Are they attacked by the media? Do they go hang out with Caesar? Are they pointing out Caesar's wrong? Are they condemning America over bombing innocent people? Don't do that. Huh? See, I'm just saying, I'm not, if T.D. Jakes is following Jesus, I want to see his enemies. Dear brother Creflo, I just want to know, are you being attacked? I'm not talking about attacked by black people. We'll attack you for anything. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, we're going into this next section. The powerful Jewish leaders, the thing that they hated the most about Jesus was his correction and criticism. They didn't like that coming from him. All right? So I'm going to take you through and show you. Look in America now, the modern day. The powerful Jewish leaders today don't like to be corrected or criticized by Louis Farrakhan. This is why we now are suing the ADL and the Simon Wiesenthal Center for the misuse of the word anti-Semitism. You're going to get that probably in part 9. So just remember this, all right? Now, Jesus about to go in hard on them. In the book of Matthew, there are 7 woes where Jesus is not playing no more. He in them. But woe means things that cause sorrow or distress, or woe means you in deep trouble. Woe. Whoa. Your children walking out and say, whoa, what I do. These woes, he went in so hard. They want to kill him because he's totally exposing them. Brothers and sisters, you got to know this. Now, remember the Pharisees. I gave you the definition of the Pharisees. I'm not going to go through all of this, but if you read the definition of the Pharisees, for me, it reminds me of the ADL. Because the ADL, see, these Pharisees, number 2, were mostly middle-class businessmen and leaders of the synagogues. Though they were a minority in the Sanhedrin and held a minority number of positions as priests, they seemed to control the decision-making of the Sanhedrin because they was the most popular. See, when the ADL come after these entertainers, they start punking out. But up here, see, they were people who accepted the oral traditions to the written law. They wanted the oral traditions. Do you know what the oral traditions were? There's a book called the Talmud or Mishnah. Wait till I show you what's in the Talmud. The Jews, in their oral tradition, they wrote these words. They hated Jesus so much, they said he's boiling in S-H-I-T. Wait till then. See, they don't want to meet with the nation because we want to say, do y'all still believe this? In the Talmud, the Jews believe that if I cheat or rob a non-Jew, it's not a sin. And if you don't think they're robbing you, go to all them niggas in Hollywood that die broke. Go see what Hollywood doing to your home. Go look at the 360 deal. Son, nigga. I'm going to give you an advance. Damn, you going to give me an advance money in my own work? You got to pay it back. Right, Brother Johnny? But you ain't never saw $50,000, $150,000 in your life. Then he make you sign a contract. I own the rights of your likeness and your images for perpetuity throughout the universe. Nigga, you go to Mars, I own your image. Prince can't even say his name Prince no more. Because he don't own it. Y'all all right? I got to tell you about these people. I told you who the Sadducees were. The Sadducees, look at this. I like this first definition. In the first century in Israel, a religious faction, they wielded a lot of societal power. Do they still do that today? No, look at where they wielded power. Nearly every aspect, whether it was music, whether it was law, whether it was medicine, whether it was pharmaceutical, whatever it was, they controlled it. Y'all all right? Except what? The military. They looked around for that. What did Israel look for her military might from? For the modern day Rome, America. Go fight them for us. Bomb them, chumps. Every bomb that's being dropped on the Palestinians is made in America. That's a cold thing. And they get ready to round some of y'all up to send you over there. We really need to stop fighting for this cracker. Y'all all right? Sadducees. Sanhedrins. Some of us don't know what the Sanhedrins. Sanhedrins, these were like your high priests. These were the people who was writing the law, and now the Jewish community, because they feeling like people are waking up to who they are. Oh, it's a rise in anti-Semitism. No, it ain't no rise in anti-Semitism. People just don't like what y'all doing. Right? But now the ADL, Simon Wiesenthal, they're all right now meeting with Biden trying to change the laws that it's going to be against the law to criticize Jews. Look, they're already passing resolutions, which now will begin to be law. So anyone who says something against them, I mean, these people are so self-righteous. Y'all all right? Chief priests. The chief priests in the New Testament almost always refers to Jewish priests. All right? Scribes. These were your writers. This was the press. Modern day it would be CNN, ABC, CBS, New York Times, LA Times. All right? Now, here come the woes. This is what got Jesus. After this, it's like killing. Let's read. You read silent. Jesus now going at the Jews. He said, woe to you, teachers of law and Pharisees. And who? Pharisees. You hypocrites. God. You give a tenth of your spices, mints, deals, and cumin. But you have neglected the more important matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former. Look at him. He's going. He said, you blind guys. You strain at a gnat but swallow a camel. Woe to you, teachers of law and Pharisees. You hypocrites. You clean the outside of the cup and dish, but the inside, they are full of greed and self-indulgence. See, when you're self-indulged, that means you're pleasing your appetite. Y'all all right? Yes, 26. You blind Pharisee. I mean, Jesus whooping them. Y'all used to think he was nice, huh? He ain't playing with him because, look, he done told him. He found out that they the devil. He said, you're of your father the devil. Now he's lighting into him. I know you ain't the people then. Because if you was really the people of God, you would follow me. Look, he said, blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup and dish, then the outside also will be clean. Woe to you, teachers of law and Pharisees, you hypocrites. Ooh, I like saying it. You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. Pharisees, hypocrite. What comes out of Hollywood? Pornography. Who owns it? Jews. Y'all don't want to see it. All us peeking a little bit on it. I mean, TV is really soft porn. So don't act like you don't look at it. You pass by a billboard, it's pornography all around. Look, you can go in the church. The angels are naked. I'm like, damn. Y'all all right? I mean, Jesus on these people. That's why I love me some Farrakhan. Yeah. He goes on to say, in the same way, on the outside, you appear to the people as righteous. But on the inside, you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites. You build tombs for the prophets and decorate the graves of the righteous. And you say, check this, this is deep. And you say, if we had lived in the days of our ancestors, we would not have taken part with them in the shedding of the blood of the prophets. Whoa. But look at Jesus say, oh, so you testify against yourself, huh? That you are the descendants of those who murdered the prophets. Look, these hypocrite Pharisees, Jews, they killed all the prophets. Anyone that stands up to try to free black people, they're going to get attacked by this group. The ADL helped the FBI. Do you know the ADL used to send black informants into black organizations to get information to give it to the FBI? I'm going to show you that in the next couple of weeks. You got to know who these people are. So if you want to go sweetheart with them, you go right ahead. You're going to die right with them too. But God going to wipe all that out. Jesus ain't playing. Look, they admit that they killed the prophets. For what? Just telling the truth? But brother, they got a lot of power. I got to get that bag. And lose your soul? Even Cat Williams said, oh, all truth got to be told. 2024. Look, he said, go ahead then and complete what your ancestors started. Look at this one. He said, you snakes. You brood of vipers. You don't even know what broad is. Broad is, the word broad means the nature of things. The lineage of a thing. He's telling them their nature, man. You've been liars, man. This is why the Native Americans said, white men speak with forked tongue. Damn snake. Y'all all right? How do you escape being condemned to hell? Jesus in them. Therefore, I'm sending you prophets and sages and teachers. Some of them you will kill and crucify. Others you will flog in your synagogues and pursue from town to town. They pursued Dr. King. Do you know the Jews called him anti-Semitic? And after he met with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, two Georgia-born black men, started talking about how they was going to unite, and then King went down in Memphis and started lighting into white folks. He said we got to redistribute the pain. Everybody's like, damn, that's key. Talking about redistributing the pain. He was getting ready to launch a boycott, and the next day, they killed him. He's a trophy now. And they done gave him a holiday. Y'all all right? 35. And so upon you, Jesus ain't playing, will come all the righteous blood that has been shed on the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel and the blood of Zechariah, son of Barachiah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar. Truly I tell you, all this will come on this generation. This is why you see some of the Jewish young people are standing up against the old Jews, saying, stop doing this in my name. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who killed the prophets and stoned those sent to you. How often have I longed to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you were not willing. Look, your house is left to you desolate. Brothers and sisters, Jewish power is being broken. They love the dollar. Now, other nations is forming a new currency called BRICS. Their sole purpose is to destroy the dollar. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the book called Fall of America said, one day rich men will be lighting their cigarettes with a $500 bill, because that money that you've been worshiping ain't going to be worth. That bag ain't going to be worth nothing. So the whole world who hates this Jewish control, and the bankers, who you think control the bank? All of that I'm going into in the next few weeks. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Man, then Jesus went into them even more. Look at what Jesus said. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty. I know that thou art rich. See, y'all say they got a lot of money. Like money is the God. No, money is a lot of dudes' gods. Cat Williams told you. And the other one, that thing is hot. Whatever Cat did, he lit something while he was sipping. Hey, man. I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews, and I'm not. This ain't the nation talking, that's Jesus. This is what I show the pastors. Do you talk like this? To them? I'm going to show you the Talmud. Do you know right now, some of the scholars at the Simon Wiesenthal right now is trying to get this taken out of the New Testament? And some of the religious leaders is considering it. You're going to change Jesus' words because it condemns the Jews? And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews and what? But are the synagogues of what? Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say that they are Jews and are not, but do what? Behold, I will make them to come and worship before your feet, and know that I have loved you. See, we always thought we wasn't loved. We always thought God forsaken us. He had to let this drama play out, so when he showed up, you would want to get away from wickedness. See? It's time for us to unite It's time for us to get together and kill the devil that they put in us out of us. You need to murder the perception you got of different sisters. You need to murder the perception you got of brothers, man. Stop it. If you're a person of color, you my brother. Saying, dog bit you, bit me. Yeah, I got problems, brother. I ain't all the way right. I'm in a mental hospital called the Nation of Islam. I'm trying to get right. So if you see me mess up, don't take it personal. Don't blame it on my religion. Just blame it on my willingness to submit. Many of us ain't got an ability problem. You got a problem of don't have no willingness. Ability is there, but you have to have the will. Give me a person that got the will, but no ability, but a person who got the ability and no will, give me the one with the will. We'll wear out the one with the ability and no will. So when you say be, do, and it is. Somebody say do something, don't give me 10 reasons why it should be done. Say, okay, let's do it. Let's try our faith. We are the people of God. Look, everybody is going to have to bow to the black, the red, the yellow man today who come together. They're going to have to bow. When I say bow, brothers and sisters, I don't mean worship us. I don't want nobody worshiping me. But they're going to feel sorry for how they used to think about us. See, God said he's going to take a foolish people and confound the wise. So next week, we're going to go, it's about to get heavy, and now we start breaking out parts of the Talmud. Then I'm going to show you the parallel between Minister Farrakhan, what got him in trouble. Then, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to show you there's 4 different Jesuses. And then we're going to end it. And then we can go before the world and challenge any of our rabbinical scholars. Because this is what the showdown is about to be about. The Nation of Islam is getting ready to fight Satan through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So next week, we're going into the false charges. And if prophecy is fitting, you're also going to see this happen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We believe they're going to call him and arrest him. We got Savior's Day this year, right? Yes, sir. Where is it going to be? Palestine. It's going to be in Palestine. No, Detroit. Where's the largest group of Palestinians in America? In that Detroit area. Jesus was seen riding into Jerusalem, Palestine, on and on. Could this be Palm Sunday? Now he's challenging the Jewish forces, and the world is saying, get him, Farrakhan, Hosanna, Hosanna. But after they start saying, Minister Farrakhan is saying he's a God, and he is. I'm going to say it again, and he is. He's a king. So are you. My name is Malik, king. I ain't there yet. But growing into a king. You can wear the attributes of God if you reflect them. See? So after that lecture, is he going to be charged with sedition? And when he get arrested, you know there's an election taking place with Biden and Trump. And when Jesus was arrested, the Jews were saying, give us Barabbas. They didn't want Jesus, crucify Jesus, but give us Barabbas. Pilate didn't want to do it, but he wanted to be president. Do you know what Barabbas was charged with? Sedition. Could it be that Trump going to be the president? And you know he's charged with what? Sedition. And are they going to come to Trump and say, give us Farrakhan? And Trump going to say, hey, I don't see nothing this man done nothing wrong, but I won't be president. You have it. Will that play out? After Jesus resurrected Lazarus, look at what the Jews said. Not only do we have to kill Jesus, we got to kill the nation of Islam too. There are 10 ministers inside of the nation of Islam that's the top 10 anti-Semites. See? One day you may wake up and all the leadership of the nation of Islam may be arrested. Don't you fall apart. Next man stand up. Oh, man, I can't wait. They better not put me in population. I already know. I'm going to be some cell by myself. But I ain't going to be there. Because, see, if you know how to mind travel, I could be sitting in the cell, but I could be at home in my mind. Yeah. Once you understand Jesus, who he really is, I ask you this question as I close. Could it be that this man, black man, Louis Farrakhan, is walking in the perfect footsteps of Jesus? Think about it. May Allah bless you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.